Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So first off, if you haven't already, make sure you hard reset your game and go back in. It is an in-game update, so it won't be found on the App Store. And to my knowledge, there are only two things available in this particular update, which are two Fateful encounters. There is the attackers, which obviously we saw a glimpse of last night, as well as the healers. And this one's a little bit interesting. I was not expecting that, and so we can go into this shortly. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So first of all, this is not a 7-day encounter. If you clearly see, we're looking at about a month's worth of this one-time Fateful up to October 28th UTC. Of course, it is only a one-time pull. However, if you notice, it's guaranteed that you will have one of the four following units as a 5-star on the 10th pull. Understanding, of course, that you do have chances of 5 stars and 4.5s all throughout pulls 1 to 9. So, of course, the 4 featured units: Melissa, AS Miyu, Radius, and AS Annabelle. 25% chance on the 10th pull. And note, like I said, they are available as 4.5s or 5-star versions on pulls 1 to 9. Being that this is a Fateful, you will see the newest units in there. Barrel, there's going to be Victor AS, Tail2, or whatever it is, sorry. And of course, some of the other new powerful units such as AS Miyu and so on and so forth. And even though it is a paid banner, unfortunately, we still have the consumer amount of 3.5s and 4 stars that are not upgradable, as well as the bots, Rainbow Sisters, and Knights. So, first off, I guess you would like to hear my, in tonight's episode of Should You Summon, we'll discuss these two banners. And so, in the first banner, obviously being that these are 4 pretty decent units. I mean, of these 4, I would argue that Melissa, of course, is the most highly sought after unit, and 1 in 4 chance of getting such a powerful unit is definitely nothing to sneeze at. Not to mention, if you don't have Radius, she is definitely a upgrade over someone like Cress, and I will argue that she's probably better in a lot of situations than someone like AS Alulu as a slash zone setter. AS Miyu, as a free-to-play, I would argue that is not of much value, and even as a light spender, many of you probably have some, if not all, of the treatises for AS Miyu, and you've either already side-graded or you've pulled it in previous banners. And of course, finally, AS Annabelle is a little bit older of a unit, still has a lot of potential. You can even side-grade her to the 5-star regular version, which is normal style. That is a very useful tank after getting her manifest weapon. So, if you don't have Melissa and you've already used your Star Dream encounter on things like Nakoko or ES Sikia or other powerful units, this would be one you could consider. At the end of the day, a paid Fateful guarantees a 5-star and 1 of 4, and let's be honest, most of these are highly sought after. Not bad at all. However, on the downside, if you've already spent quite a bit of money over the last couple of months, you might want to sit this one out, unless you really want to take a 1 in 4 chance of getting 1 or potentially more of the featured units you would like. So that's my opinion on that one. You can let me know in the comments below if you would agree or disagree, or even if you are pulling on these banners. Now, the healer one is a little bit more interesting. Again, it is for 1 month, up to October 28th UTC. Still a Fateful which requires paid stones, so us free-to-plays have no business being in here, although I am telling you a little bit about it. And it does feature the same thing: 1 in 4 chance of getting one of the featured units, normal style Mariel, normal style Dunereth, normal style Yuna, and normal style Rosetta. Again, has all the chances of getting the Barrels, Nakokos, Victor EAS, and so on and so forth, so I won't spend too much time there. Pretty standard stuff. Again, bots, Rainbow Sisters, and Knights are all there. So, my opinion about this particular banner really depends on what part of the game you're at. Of course, I welcome all the newest members of Another Eden Global to the channel, and of course all my newest subscribers as well. I know that there are a lot of players who have continued playing from endgame, such as ourselves, near the endgame, and there are a lot of people who are relatively new to the game or in the mid or early endgame. In which case, this banner really's values depends on how far you are and how many units you have. I would argue that even though these are normal style banner units, they're extremely useful and you can argue at times extremely powerful and can get you through some of the toughest content in the game, especially when you are lacking a lot of DPS or lacking, for example, a lot of healing or shielding. I mean, we do have some free healers. We have Mila, for example, that works well in a non-elemental slash zone. We do have Morgana, and we also have Yuri, who can heal a moderate amount of healing, about 1500 HP. And of course, if you've pulled up some really powerful healers along the way, or hybrid healers, Nakoko, ES Melina, I mean, the list goes on and on. Yeah, this banner does drop off a little bit in value. I would argue that even though Mariel has been, you could say, power crept, with her manifest very, very useful and still can be used in some fights as a more defensive posture if you're not two-turning it with Melissa or some other powerful DPS teams. Yuna can be side graded to AS, although I would argue that she would be one of the weaker water zone setters. She has some abilities and obviously some abilities to debuff. In her normal style form, she doubles as both a debuffer, she has access to 2 debuffing moves, as well as a very powerful heal and regen after getting her manifest. Her manifest fight is challenging, so keep that in mind, but she is very, very useful after getting her manifest. And finally, we have Dunereth as well as Rosetta. Now, Rosetta's power doesn't come necessarily with her normal style, although she's still pretty useful. She is extremely powerful right now as a magic zone setter. Now, I realize that AS Chio is coming out and we're catching up to Japan really, really quickly, such that it's only probably a couple of months away before the likes of AS Chio. However, Rosetta AS has been out for some time, and if you are free to play or even a light spender and you don't have a Rosetta, you may already have a number of treaty seats, in which case you could probably side grade Rosetta normal style right away to the AS if you so chose. And if you've seen some of my videos or even other people's videos, the power of Magic Zone, especially with the likes of AS Clark, which is of course a free unit, cannot be denied. Not to mention other powerful magic units. And of course, therein lies the power of Dunereth. Dunereth, especially with his AS form, is very, very powerful as a wind DPS mage. And even at the normal style, he has a slash that can really complement slash teams and doubles as a healer. He can increase speed and so on and so forth. Now, one last thing I'd like to mention is that Rosetta and Dunereth will have a manifest coming up soon. And so I'm not sure how many updates is away, just a couple possibly, but there is a chance to really enhance their older, relatively power crept normal style units to potentially be much more meta causing. Now, one last caveat, since many people do use 2-turn AFs, very powerful Melissa teams, top tier AS Lily, or the AS UN super slap teams, these kind of things, you may not actually have a need of a healer, in which case, like I said, this banner probably isn't the right one for you. If you want to have a balanced composition of a team or ability to build a more defensive team, and some fights do require some defense, then this banner is great for you, especially if you only have one or none of the units. But like I said, your mileage may vary depending on how many units you have, so you really have to look at this one yourself and see if you need some of these units. So again, let me know in the comments below if you would like to summon on the healer banner, if you're going to pass in preference of the attackers, or you have enough of both, in which case you can hold your paid stones for more upcoming powerful banners. Of course, a lot of people are saving for the newest mermaid, Pichika, which will be coming out sometime in the next month or so. And then, whatever surprises may lie in wait for us in Global. As for myself, as you know, free-to-plays don't get to participate in these Fatefuls. I mean, although I should say that in the healer one, I already have 3 out of 4 units, only missing Dunereth. And of course, in the attackers one, I actually have all 4 as a 5-star, and so I do not have any need of summoning on these banners. Anyways, don't forget that starting tomorrow, we do get a treasure chest with the extra 1 red and 1 green key. And just to make sure there's nothing else that surprises us, we can take a look at the notice, but nothing else is out there that I can see. So you can enjoy your keys. You can enjoy, summoning if you want to, or saving up for a future update. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.